right, man. So apparently, Jeanie Buss has an issue with brother Bron. It ain't nothing new, man. Um, Nothing really new, man. They use you, and then when they're tired of you, they out you. That's the way of a lot of women. So, report: Jeanie Buss felt LeBron was ungrateful after Lakers drafted Bronny in 2024. One thing about it is when people, you can bring a championship somewhere, you can bring stability to a place. Um, but a lot of times, people feel like when they do you a favor, you in debt forever. And it's a lot of times, when certain people do favors, you do somebody a favor, you come good, it's just not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like he did bring a championship there. He did choose to come there, but the Lakers boss Jeanie Buss has reportedly been quietly losing patience with LeBron James and the spark, gratitude, or the lack of it. Buss was probably fuming behind the scenes after the team drafted Bronny James with the 55th pick in 2024 because King James didn't exactly show his appreciation, according to ESPN, on how the family infight drove a $10 billion sales of the iconic franchise. Buss saw the pick as a major gesture of loyalty to the James family, and she expected a little appreciation from LeBron, but instead she believes he shrugged it off and irked at Jeanie. So I don't know if that was her interpretation of it. You know, I don't know. Of course, there was a lot of uncertainty around Bronny James and his draft position. He barely had a chance to show his stuff in college. Just 25 games as a freshman at USC after a scary medical incident in 2023 when he went through a cardiac arrest. We're glad that he's great. Bronny quietly had a quiet start to his career, 51 games over 2 seasons, just 1.9 points per game. According to reports, the tension didn't start with Bronny. Buss has reportedly long been frustrated with Bron's outside influence over the organization and his lack of accountability when things go wrong, with Jeanie feeling particularly irked after the disastrous Westbrook trade in 2021. So it never really starts with the root of it. It's always like, for the most part, it's always like when you see somebody blowing up and they yelling at somebody, nobody really looks at the root of it until after it all dies down. So the root was the Westbrook trade. I mean, anybody that knew basketball, knew that wasn't a great trade. Because, LeBron James and Westbrook are both ball dominant. Same thing with Luka, they both ball dominant. So we knew that wasn't a great trade, people who knew basketball. Westbrook haven't learned to play off the ball. LeBron ain't never learned to play off the ball. The Lakers went 33-49, missed the playoffs that year. By 2022, she reportedly mused about not extending his contract, even considered trading him with the Clippers, floated a possibility. However, in 2024, Bron got 2 years, $104 million with no trade clause included. With the no trade. So my thing is this: you complained about him, he led you astray, and you still kept him. Because guess what? LeBron sells. LeBron sells. You needed to sell tickets. It was an even exchange. You needed excitement around the franchise. You know what I'm saying? LeBron kept excitement there. And, for the most part, you gave up, influence. You gave up, you allowed him to go pick who he wanted to pick. And, he most part messed your franchise up. And now you're tired of him. You benefited from him. And now there's no benefit to having LeBron. And now you want to dump him. So for Jeanie, drafting Bronny was supposed to be a feel-good family moment for the Lakers, but instead it worsened Buss and James' relationship, which it was already terrible because of the Westbrook trade. The Lakers were officially sold in October. There was the team changing hands for a whopping $10 billion. The billionaire Mark Walters. Buss is still calling the shots as the team governor for 5 years. He said on the court, Bron is still one of the best players away from the hardwood, at least when it comes to saying thank you. Jeanie believes King James has some work to do. So, I mean, at the end of the day, maybe that's her version of it because that's what she leaked out. I don't know why he wouldn't say thank you, why he wouldn't thank her, and maybe he did, and maybe she feel like it wasn't enough. And it's the thing about it, man. They shouldn't be leaking anything out of that organization. They shouldn't be leaking anything out, in my opinion. Everything should be quiet and sealed tight. But pretty much they mad that the Westbrook trade didn't work. It was a nasty split. They ain't winning, but anybody that knew basketball knew that was a bad deal. And probably that the Lakers GM. What's his name? That used to be Kobe homeboy. Rob Pelinka. You know, he probably was like, that's a bad deal, but this is what happened. You know, you gave up a lot for LeBron. I mean, when LeBron got to Cleveland, stories about Deion Waiters and him getting rid of Deion Waiters and getting rid of the David Blatt and getting rid of people, you know, he flexed his power. And despite people having this having this feeling that LeBron is a better GM than Michael Jordan, he's horrible. Anybody know that him and Westbrook was not going to work? Him and Luka wasn't going to work. You know, he wasn't going to change, you know, year 20 or 19 whenever Westbrook was there and alter his game to be a team player and learn how to catch and shoot and play off the ball. That's why Kyrie got the hell up out of Cleveland. He's always ready to give him the keys to the car. No, he wasn't. And, you know, is this some, you know, Becky entitlement here? I mean, shit, you know, if you felt like, you know, you gave the keys to a guy, now you probably asking him to waive his no trade clause or to retire, and he don't. I think that's really the boiling point is that, dude, you could walk away, clear this $40 million up, or you can get traded and allow us to move on, but you holding us captive. And then you're going to start to hear nasty things being leaked out about LeBron. You already start hearing them leaking stuff out about possible peds. You start like listening, you know, literally starting to hear stuff about him. So, you know, a lot of these dudes, they feel like they get the money, but you still a nigga at the end of the day. And they still will ruin your career. The minute they say go left and you don't want to go left, and you want to sit and instead of, you know, go left, or you want to go right, or you want to roll over, they're going to destroy you. I feel like she should have kept the kid out of it. And I understand he a grown man. She should have just been, you know, she shouldn't have said nothing, to be real. You got one more year, hold off that year and allow him to walk. He bought you a championship, but let's just let you know, man, with women, it ain't never enough. With sports, it ain't never enough. You win a championship, you don't win one next year, they're talking about fire you. Every year, it's not going to be realistically to win a championship. As long as you're not costing your team to win a championship, I mean, you know, but they just wanted him to basically walk away, and he didn't want to walk away, or they want to trade him. He didn't want to get traded, so now they doing a pissy fit because they can't get their way. You know, and basically it sounds like also they indirectly kind of blaming him or subliminally blaming him for why they got to sell the Lakers. Because after 5 years, she done. Oh boy, gonna do what he want to do. Now her father rolling over in his fucking grave, man. But hey, hit the NBA Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate the love, support. Join the Patreon. Peace.